I don't know why, but people seem to really be ignoring how banged up Mac Jones is. And if you need proof, Kyle Shanahan went on the radio yesterday and confirmed it. What is good, everybody? Welcome to another Gold Standard podcast, part of the Pro Football Insiders. I'm Rob Stats Guerrera. It is Friday. Michelle Majuk is here. What's up, Michelle?
Hey, I have my mimosa. I'm ready to go. And you just gave me all this bad news right before the show. So now I'm all irritated and sad.
Mac Jones is way more hurt than people realize. And I'm stunned that nobody's even talking about this. We're going to get into that. We'll give you our picks as well. We've hit on 75% of our picks this year. We are cooking. So we will have more of those picks for you as well. I didn't mean to bum you out, Michelle. I apologize. But I'm just sitting here observing everything that is going on, listening to what people are saying, and I'm stunned that this isn't getting more attention. I think there is a real chance that Adrian Martinez starts this game, and there is a definite chance that he plays in the game because I don't think Mac Jones is going to finish it. Now, let me offer some evidence. 2 days ago, John Lynch went on the radio talking about Mac Jones. Here's what he said.
I think we feel pretty good about where he's going to be at. If you saw him play through that game, I mean, that was real life stuff. You saw it, and you saw toughness and grit, and you saw guys stepping up and playing through some things. But I think Mac's in good shape. Who continue to work to it by Sunday. We're hopeful and believe that he's going to be in a good spot.
That was John Lynch on KMBR on Wednesday. We're hopeful that where he is going to be will be good, which means he ain't there now, right?
Yes, but at the same time, there is no other quarterbacks besides Adrian Martinez. So they have to at least feel good enough that Mac Jones is able to play in this game, right? Or Purdy, because who would be the emergency, or who's going to be the backup quarterback?
Right. There's literally no other quarterbacks on the roster.
So that makes me feel like Mac Jones is definitely starting, and hopefully he can make it through the game.
Well, in order to start at quarterback, what's one thing you really need to be able to do as a quarterback, Michelle?
I mean, throw first.
There you go. Exactly. Here's Kyle Shanahan yesterday on KMBR when he was asked, can Mac Jones throw?
Yeah, he wasn't able today, so he just focused on handoffs and stuff like that. So really trying to rest it up. Should be good to go on Sunday, but definitely wasn't good enough to go today. So hopefully that'll continue to improve.
Our quarterback should be good enough to be able to throw a football on Sunday. Am I wrong to be this concerned?
The thing is, they're going to shoot him up on Sunday, but they can't keep shooting him up every day of the week for practice. So that's why, I like that they're not making him do anything like that. Let that thing rest up as much as possible. Like they said, don't aggravate it. And then on Sunday, they're going to shoot it up so he can't feel it so he can throw the ball.
Well, here's the thing that scares me. So he's got 2 injuries. He's got the knee, which is one thing. He's also got the oblique. That's the scary one.
That has to be the one that's keeping him from being able to throw because
right,
makes no sense. Yeah.
That's the one that's on the side of your body. So any kind of turning or strain or anything like that has got to be incredibly painful. It's very scary to me. It lasts. It lingers for a long time. That's the other part of it is like, it's not a, like a 1 week type of thing.
He won't be able to do quarterback sneaks though. That stinks. That's a big downer. Maybe they'll bring in Adrian Martinez for that, or maybe they'll use, Juszczyk or somebody else to do the quarterback sneaks or to do the sneak. But I mean, at this point, I do think all they're saying is that Mac Jones will be good to go on Sunday. Like I think he starts. I think he plays. If not, then Brock, you better shoot up your foot. I don't know what to tell you. Like
it's practicing.
Well, then it's Mac Jones.
I'm terrified that we're going to find out way more than we ever wanted to about Adrian Martinez on Sunday. Katie Queen says, have a mimosa for me, Michelle. Katie, she will have one regardless of whether you want her to or not. She'll probably have another one, though, for you. So,
look. You don't know my life stats.
Am I wrong?
Not at all, but you don't know my life.
So, yeah, I'm just very concerned He can't throw the ball. The starting quarterback, the guy the 49ers want to start on Thursday, could not throw the ball in practice. That is very concerning to me. In addition to having a knee injury, in addition to having an offensive line that doesn't have all their starters against a really good opponent. Also in Tampa Bay, this is not looking good in my mind.
It's not. But also at the same time, I think preseason we may have both had this game as a loss. For them to come through with the win last week, it gave them so much space to breathe. And we're okay. Like, if they lose this week, okay. I mean, the Eagles just dropped 2 in a row, right? The division, everyone lost last week except for the 49ers. Like, we're sitting pretty at the moment. And if they lose this game, they lose this game. And let's hope, Ricky Pearsall can come back next week. Let's hope George Kittle can come back. We'll see if Juwan Jennings can come back this week or next week. But at this point, if everyone else is hurt, you might as well just sit Jennings again for one more week and call it a wash.
2 things I want to say. First of all, watching Cam Scattaboo last night. Oh my God, do I wish that man was a 49er.
I told you, I love him.
Like, whoop, he would fit in perfectly. But second of all, I say this out loud. When we woke up this morning, Michelle, the San Francisco 49ers were the number 1 seed in the NFC. They are the 1 seed right now because of tiebreakers. They have the tiebreaker over Tampa and Detroit because the Niners have the better conference record. If you had told me at the beginning of the season, with everyone healthy, that the 49ers were the number 1 seed, I probably wouldn't have believed you. To be the number 1 seed on October 10th with no Ayuk, no Pearsall, no Bosa, no Jennings, no anyone in a lineup that has missed is unbelievable. It is ridiculous. It is a story that nobody would have believed, yet here we are.
And then in the AFC side, the Colts are the number 1 seed right now. The NFL's crazy. It's wild. But if the Buccaneers win this week, they take over that number 1 spot. And at the same time, we don't even have to be worried about the number 1 spot, right? Just be worried about making it through the season with the injuries and getting into the playoffs. And hopefully they could be healthy by that time. But what they've done so far with all the injuries can only, give us hope for what they can do once they're all together.
If that ever happens.
Yeah.
It's another reason why I don't think we're ever going to have a full-blown quarterback controversy, because I don't think they're ever both going to be healthy enough. Like, isn't this literally shaping
There's
up?
also no controversy. Like, Brock Purdy got paid. He's going to be the quarterback. But, he has to get healthy by the time they let him come back. But at the same time, if Mac Jones can't stay healthy, it's going to have to be pressured because, no team has – it's very rare for any team to have a solid quarterback 3. But, this dude hasn't even taken a snap in the NFL, has he?
And he looked terrified on Thursday night when Mac is down holding his knee. They cut to Adrian Martinez on the sideline. You can go watch it. And he looks like, oh my God, I'm going to have to go. Wait, me? I didn't even bring my helmet to this thing. Like,
he's like, why am I even on a roster? I don't understand.
He looked terrified. And then when Mac got up and was okay, he looked so relieved. Like, oh my God, thank God I have to do this. So yeah, we'll see if that ends up happening. Catalyst Syndrome says, actually being able to watch live is a treat. First time being here. My favorite combo, Rob and Mimosa Michelle. Thank you very much, Catalyst Syndrome. We appreciate it. Black Mask says, Kyle is like Batman. He beats the superheroes with his brain. I do think that the reason the 49ers are 4-1 is 1,000% coaching. It's Kyle. It's Robert Saleh. Jason Aponte brought this up earlier in the week, Michelle. Look at all the teams that have quarterback injuries. How'd Baltimore look with Lamar Jackson out? Completely non-functional. Cincinnati, non-functional to the point where they have to trade for Joe Flacco. Anybody around the league that has had a quarterback injury, they look miserable. Anytime Kyle Shanahan has a quarterback injury, it becomes a quarterback controversy because he gets the other guy to play so well.
Right now, Shanahan's having a career year as a head coach. Like, if this holds up, and they don't even have to keep winning at this amount where they can drop a couple more games. But if they have 11 wins this season and make the playoffs or anything like that, he should be considered coach of the year for what he's doing with this team with all of these injuries. And I am the biggest Kyle Shanahan, non-defender. I don't even know what to call it. I don't want to say hater, but yeah, I guess hater. But he's coaching really, really well this year. He's coaching smart, and I do think Robert Saleh has a hand in that.
Oh, absolutely. I think, Levin brought up the fact that maybe just Saleh being here and Kyle not even having to think about the defense at all is helping. Just he can spend more time on the offense now. He doesn't have to divide his time between offense and defense. This is a tall task this week, though, and I completely agree with what you said. Look, Niners are going to give it their best effort. Obviously, there's certainly a path where they could win the game clearly, but even if the worst comes to pass and they lose, you're still 4-2. You're still undefeated in the division. You are okay. You are in a good spot. I just wish that week 14 bye. Oh, it was okay when the schedule came out, but man, how much better shape would you feel about the 49ers if they had a bye this week or next week?
Oh my goodness. Yeah, they could really use one. So right now, that is for sure. Week 14 seems so far away.
Yes.
Honestly, looking at this conference, it seems like it's the Lions that are the only powerhouse right now. Like the team that you'd be most scared of in the conference.
They certainly look way better than I thought they were going to look. I was totally wrong about
You've always been so low on the Lions. I keep telling you how good they are. And even last year, you're like, I don't care about the Lions. I don't care. And then this year coming in, I'm like, they're still going to be really good. Now, last year, they dealt with so many injuries on defense that, they lost their first playoff game. But they're good.
I didn't think the offense was going to be this good. I didn't think they'd be able to maintain this level. They have scored.
Jared Goff is a good quarterback.
They've scored 13 in week 1, which week 1 is always wonky. Then they went 52, 38, 34, 37. What?
Yeah.
That is insanity. So again, I have to give them credit. Absolutely. I was dead wrong about the Lions being able to do this. So,
it's so wild. The NFL's so wild. The fact that the Packers beat up on the Lions and then the Packers lose to the Browns and then the Packers tie with the Cowboys. It's just every given week, any given week, anything could happen.
So let's dive into this Niners-Bucks matchup a little bit more before we get to the picks. If Mac Jones, even if he can play, I think it's clear he's not at 100%. If I were the Buccaneers, I would be like, they ain't throwing deep. This guy can't throw practice on Thursday. Is he really going to be launching the ball 40 yards down the field? I'll take my chances with that. I'm not doing what the Rams do. I'm not sitting back and just giving them 5, 6, 7 yards on first and second down. I'm going press man coverage up at the line all night long, and I'm going to blitz like crazy. That is exactly what I would do if I was Todd Bowles. We know he loves to blitz.
Yeah.
That would be my game plan.
Yeah, he is going to blitz like crazy, and hopefully Shanahan's going to know that. That's just his MO, right? Bowles. So it's not like it's going to surprise anybody. The offensive line has to have a really good game. They have to step up and protect Mac Jones, and then Kyle Shanahan has to have a game plan where this ball is getting out of Mac Jones' hands so fast. The first 3 plays, just keep checking down the Christian McCaffrey. That should be the first 3 plays of the game. Get him involved and move on from there. Just Tonjes and Christian McCaffrey short over and over and over.
Well, see, that's, everyone is sitting there, everyone except me, because I'm not doing it anymore. Everyone is, wringing their hands and clutching their pearls about the Christian McCaffrey usage. That's what they have to do. What else are they going to do? Is they have to chuck it quick to CMC. So I'm not going to worry about it because, like I've said many times, they can't do it without him. Without using him this much, they're not going to be able to win. So if this is what it takes, unfortunately, I'm sorry, Christian, because I do agree they're using him a ton, but this is what it's going to have to be until they get reinforcements.
And I don't think he's going to have a great game on the ground. The Buccaneers have a really good run defense. Vita Vea in that middle is just a monster. And so I think, he's been struggling on the ground all year, right? It's not like the efficiency has been there. But I do think he, again, we'll get to our best bets of the week. And come on, Christian McCaffrey's receiving is always so easy. And it's still sitting at 48 yards or 50 or something. Yes, more than that, please.
Yeah, we'll get to the picks for sure. But yeah, that is the frustrating thing, right? Because you have all these questions with Mac and his health and, what is he going to be able to do? You would like to think lean on the run game. Don't ask your quarterback to have to do this, right? Maybe you could kind of hide him a little bit this week. Well, number one, the 49ers can't run the ball at all. And number two, the Buccaneers are great against the run. I would be stunned. I don't want to say there's no chance because I feel like this is the season where all the no chance stuff happens, but I would be stunned if this is the week the 49ers running game got back on track, because Tampa Bay's defense is really good.
Yeah, well, really good at the run. You can pass on them, and that's why they really need a quarterback that's not Adrian Martinez, right? They need a quarterback, whether it's Brock Purdy or Mac Jones, that's actually capable of throwing the ball, because Baker Mayfield's going to put up points. Baker Mayfield and this offense, Emeka Egbuka is so good. Man, I love him. And even without Mike Evans, like they're still thriving. I mean, Baker just had a monster game last week, and Egbuka did. And even without Bucky Irving, probably won't be there. They have Rashad White and Sean Tucker. Like they can go pretty deep in their backfield. But Baker this year has 10 passing touchdowns to just 1 interception. Second in the NFL. Well, now it might be first, because it was second to Jalen Hurts in pass touchdown interception ratio, but Hurts threw an interception last night. So now it's number 1. And the 49ers defense have allowed 8 passing touchdowns to 0 interceptions. So that right there is the second worst in the NFL, behind only the Jets, who have allowed 11 passing touchdowns to 0 interceptions. So, I mean, the 49ers are going to have to come up with some takeaways this week to have a shot against this offense.
I agree with you. We're going to get to something in that vein in 1 second, but I want to say thank you to Con JKJ, YouTube channel member. Thank you for the super chat. Con says, when do you think they give Jordan James a chance? He's healthy. I don't think that's going to change. I would love to see it, quite frankly. I think Brian Robinson is a complete dud. To me, he offers you nothing. I would love to see Jordan James, but I don't think it's going to change. Kyle likes veterans. He doesn't like rookies. Jordan James got hurt in the preseason and training camp. He's been a healthy scratch, and I think he's going to continue to be a healthy scratch.
Yeah, I mean, they don't need him, right? If that's what we're worried about here. No, it's just, I know everyone doesn't want Christian McCaffrey on the field all the time, but not Jordan Mason, Brian Robinson Jr. is doing his thing.
Not to me. I don't like.
He's doing exactly what Jordan Mason did. I mean, as the backup, he's doing fine as the backup.
No, he's not as good as Jordan Mason was. Jordan Mason was running for 5 yards a carry. Brian Robinson's not doing that. But
I feel like anytime they need him to get a couple of yards, he gets it. That's all you're hoping for.
I'm not a fan. But you talked about the Niners needing to get turnovers, and I completely agree with you. And I keep saying the reason they don't have interceptions is because now that Nick Bosa is gone, they're not getting pressure on the quarterback. And when you don't pressure the opposing quarterback, it's very rare that he's just going to throw the ball to the other team, regardless of who it is back there. Robert Saleh was asked about that yesterday. Here was his answer about the Niners pass rush.
Continue to grow. It's I'm not hitting any panic buttons. There's a lot of young guys in there still trying to find their way through the NFL. I thought even against the Rams, I mean, felt like Huff was just a breath away from ending the game a couple of times there in the fourth quarter. But can it be better? Absolutely. Could it be worse? Absolutely. But I'm not at that point where we're going to panic. We're going to keep working with these young guys and giving them opportunities to rush the passer, and they'll get better as the year goes.
Your thoughts?
It's been so bad. It's not that just they've been struggling. I mean, over the last 2 weeks, they have 1 sack. It's not even about the sack as much as 2 quarterback hits. 2 quarterback hits over the last 2 games combined. And they have a 20 quarterback pressure rate since week 4. So over the last 2 weeks, it's the lowest in the NFL during that span. It's been so bad. And this year, besides Nick Bosa, there's only 2 players that have a sack. Bryce Huff, who leads the team with 3, and an Upton Stout with 1, like a cornerback. Yeah, like a defensive back sack. But like, where's everyone else on the defensive line? You haven't fallen into a sack at this point. I mean, you got to play 3 games with Nick Bosa. I don't know. Like, they went so heavy early in this draft, and I get it. They're young and it's going to take time, but come on, guys, step up a little bit and get some pressure. And again, it's not just about the sack numbers. There's just no pressure whatsoever without Nick Bosa out there.
They really don't make the opposing quarterback uncomfortable. Maybe they do it like once every couple of drives, maybe. But even when they do, like that Stafford throw in overtime where he drops back to pass and he does that little like pirouette spin move, he knew where he was going with the football the entire time. He was just buying time in the pocket. All he had to do was just slide a little, and there was no pressure from anywhere else. And he lets a rocket go deep down the field to Tutu Atwell. Baker can do that same thing with his legs. Like Baker's legs are sneaky good. And Baker has a rocket. Like, people don't give Baker enough credit for his arm. It's incredibly strong. I've seen that guy throw it 70 yards in the air. Like, so if they don't get pressure on him, it's going to be a long, long day.
Yep. He has a 73 completion percentage and 111 passer rating with no pressure this year. That drops to 49 completion percentage, and his one interception he's thrown was under pressure this year. It's not going to be pretty if they don't get pressure on Baker and they let him sit back there, because he's going to find Ibuka. He's going to Chris Godwin, maybe Rashad White, right? Even Kate
I don't think Godwin's playing.
Oh, well, it doesn't really matter, but
Sterling Shepard will be in there.
Yeah, Sterling Shepard, fine. But really, it's just Ibuka. That's if they can control Ibuka, then maybe they have a shot.
I'm fascinated to see Lenore and Ibuka. And here's how you know Igbuka's good. They asked Lenore about him, and he said nothing but nice things. When is the last time Diamador Lenore was asked about somebody he's going to have to cover where he didn't say, like, I got him, not worried. Nope. Like, nope, he was 100% nice. Now, they're not going to match him up all day because the Niners don't really do that. But I am fascinated. I think it's a really good test for Lenore because I think he's really good. Igbuka has been torching everybody this year, so I want to see that. If they can kind of contain him, is there anybody else with the Bucs receiving core that you're super worried about? I would say no, but also if you're not getting pressure on the quarterback, it doesn't matter who the receiving core is.
Yeah, Baker's been able to hit whoever he needs to this year, like without Mike Evans. And he did that last year when Mike Evans was out and Chris Godwin was out. Then he went to Jalen McMillan. They're what was he, a fourth round rookie last year? He's still injured and on IR, I believe, as well. So he's not out there. But Baker can spread this ball around. He's a really, really good quarterback. I love Baker Mayfield.
We know you love Baker Mayfield. There's a dog in your house named Baker that shows how much you love Baker Mayfield. Navarre News says, telling you Baker's due for some picks. He's gotten away with multiple drop picks this year. He's due. Well, maybe we get the double due, because if he's due for interceptions, we know the Niners are due for interception. They've dropped a couple this year. They don't have one yet. Maybe we can get a couple that fall into our hands. Please. God, do we need an interception? And there's another comment I wanted to get to from AJ Lamb, who says, this is the game Saleh goes deep in his blitz playbook. They have not really done that since Nick Bosa has been out. I think they might have to start, like, dial it up with Upton Stout, get some nickel blitzes, get some safety blitzes with Marquise Siegel. You got to do something, because it's just not working enough with Alfred Collins and Michael Williams and, Sam Okuanu coming off the edge. Like, that ain't going to do it. You got to, at least in key spots, maybe on third downs or in the red zone, something. You got to dial it up this week, Saleh. And to his credit, he's been dialing it up in the crucial spots so far this year.
He's 100%. I mean, that's what you're going to have to do. You cannot let Baker Mayfield be comfortable back there. You have to get in his face. You got to interrupt things, make him go off script, even though he's really good off script too. I can't really say anything bad about Baker. I do think that this offense is able to put up points against the 49ers defense this week. I just think it's going to happen. I think the Buccaneers, I know I said last week the Rams will win, but I do think the Buccaneers will win this game.
Well, and that's the problem for the 49ers, is their path to victory right now, because of all these injuries, is pretty narrow. It's keep the game low scoring, keep it, hold on to the ball, shorten the game. Like, the Rams barely had the ball in the first quarter at all last week. That is how the Niners can succeed. If they have to score 30 points, I love Shanahan and he can dial it up, but I don't know if they're going to be able to get to 30, quite honestly. I think they'll probably score a couple of touchdowns, hopefully 3 touchdowns, and maybe they can get Eddie Pinheiro to chip in a couple field goals, and I feel like that's going to be it. But if the Bucs come out and they are rolling, the Niners are not set up to be able to win a shootout.
Yeah, I don't know. They have to, if they get the ball again first and they can go down and score immediately, like they did against the Rams, that sets them up nicely, obviously. And it's going to come down to, can Mac Jones stay healthy enough to be able to stay with Baker Mayfield in this Buccaneers offense? But and also, like, to expect Mac Jones to have back-to-back really good games when he is top guys, Kendrick Bourne and Demarcus Robinson. Again, if Juwan Jennings is out and still no George Kittle, like that's a big ask for any quarterback, let alone Mac Jones, who's banged up and has multiple injuries.
Dry heaving on the sidelines as he's trying to suck down bananas because his arm is cramping up. Waltony 101 on Twitch, shout out to the Twitch fam, says just send Alfred Collins out there and he could throw haymakers all game. How about that play that Alfred Collins made on Thursday where he punches the ball out, and on his way to punching the ball out, he hits Kyren Williams in the face with his fist before slamming his hand down on the ball, and they get the fumble on the 1 yard line. How dare you disparage the 49ers rookies, Michelle?
I actually think, though, this might be worse for the 49ers that Bucky Irving's not playing, because if Bucky Irving was playing, they'd feel more confident to run the ball more because Bucky Irving's a much better pure rusher than Rachaad White. With it being Rachaad White, he's not an efficient runner at all. He's never been in his career. So I do think they'll lean off of the run more, and he's really good receiving back. So they'll just do more like those little low, like short passes as like their running game. And I think that because the one area right now is anytime a team runs against the 49ers, you're like, thank you. Like, thank you so much. So if they lean away from the run, that's actually going to hurt the 49ers.
Interesting. Well, we'll see if they do. One other thing I want to mention before we get to the picks. There's a sneaky area. I've talked about this. When you are the worst team, and I think right now, the state of the 49ers roster, they are the worst team than the Buccaneers. You gotta steal possessions and you got to steal big plays. Special teams could be an area. Shockingly, the Buccaneers have worse special teams than the 49ers. The Bucs are 31st in special teams EPA per play. The Niners are 20th. So the Bucs special teams make the Niners special teams look phenomenal. You know, this would be a massive game for Sky Moore or whoever is returning kicks to have a couple of good returns to set the Niners up to where Mac Jones doesn't have to go 80 yards to get a touchdown, right? Can you get to the 40, a couple of times, something like that? Can you get a punt return that actually sets the Niners up and flips field position? Something like that. A couple of those this game might tilt the game in the favor of the 49ers. And at least on paper, it looks like the Niners have a chance to do that.
You would love to see it, right? But it's been a really long time since we've seen a great special teams play. And I don't know if I trust Sky Moore to be that guy who finally does it. But it'd be great to see, or it'd be great to see finally getting an interception, right? And putting them into a good field position that way. Now they've been getting they got 2 fumbles last week, fumble recoveries. That was great. But they're going to need the ball to bounce their way to win this game.
Come on, special teams. I can't, we talk about how they're due for interceptions. We haven't had a punt return touchdown since 2011. It's been 14 years. We're due. Okay. God, are we due? Also, don't let Isaac Guerendo return any kicks ever. Like, I don't know how he is still on kick return coverage. 1, he's terrible at it. 2, he doesn't hold on to the football. The Niners got super lucky that they said that his forward progress was stopped against the Rams last week because that ball was out. That dude, I don't even know why he's still active on game day, to be honest with you. Like, I would love to see Jordan James active over Isaac Guerendo, but I do not want to see him touch the ball on kick returns because he'll be putting it on the ground.
See, I'm scared of Sky Moore putting it on the ground.
I think Sky's been okay as a returner.
Sure.
I mean, I don't want him on the field as a receiver, but
yeah.
I mean, they drafted a guy specifically for returns. I guess that didn't work out, but whatever. This is what we're doing here. This is the world we're living in. All right. Jan says Guerendo is a scaredy cat. He hates contact. He goes down as soon as he's touched. I'll say that. Like, I had Jake Ellenbogen, who's a Rams content creator, was saying that the Rams got screwed and that they shouldn't have called the end of forward progress. He said Guerendo was still trucking guys. And I just responded. It was like, Isaac Guerendo has never trucked a guy in his life. So I disagree with that assertion. But regardless, we'll see how it all turns out. I'm nervous. I like that they moved the game back to 4 p.m. I think that is good. It'd be a little less hot. Niners are going to be wearing their actual red jerseys on Sunday for the first time all season, which, yes, finally, can we see them in their actual red, please?
Yeah, it might be a little hot in that Florida sun because even at 4 o'clock, I mean, it's still going to be pretty hot there. Yeah. But I am excited to see them in the red jerseys.
Finally. I wish it was Brock in the red jersey instead of Mac Jones, but I guess that's, wishing for too much. All right.
Listen. As long as we have Mac Jones at this point and not Adrian Martinez, I don't care. I'm happy with it.
Again, I continue to say there's a significant chance that actually does happen. Shout out to Sleeper for hopping on board the YouTube channel this season. We're so excited that they have chosen to come on board. Like I said, 75% of the time we have hit on our picks this year. So if you are not listening to what we say, you are missing out, because with Sleeper, if your picks hit, you could win up to 1,000 times your money. I'm going to say that again. If your picks are correct, you could win up to 1,000 times your money with Sleeper. All you got to do is pick on stats like touchdowns, receiving yards, passing yards, fantasy points, and more. And you can get, like I said, up to 1,000 times your money. And if you haven't signed up yet, now is the perfect time, because they have a new offer for new users, limited time only. You will get a free $20 entry with Sleeper. Even if you don't deposit, just sign up, boom, free $20 entry. So please hop on board now. And don't forget, if you use our promo code GSP, you'll get up to $100 match on your first deposit. That's our code GSP. Terms and conditions apply. See Sleeper's terms of use for details. Currently operational in over 25 states. Check out Sleeper today. I have a feeling, Michelle, that when it comes to picks, you and I are going to have the exact same one first, but I will give you the honors because we missed you last week. Because they played on Thursday, we didn't get to do our picks. So go ahead. You can take the best one.
And I'm going to take it. It's Christian McCaffrey, more than 50.5 receiving yards.
Yep.
And if you want to, because on Sleeper, you can change it. Like you can go up more to make more money, right? So if you want to go to 60, 70 yards, do whatever you want, because he's been destroying this number. He's had over this number in all 5 games this year. But the last 3 weeks, 88 yards, 92 receiving yards, 82 receiving yards. And the Buccaneers have allowed the 3rd most receiving yards to running backs this season. Like, they're a really good run defense, but you can throw on them and you can throw to the running back. And with Mac Jones injured and banged up and with the blitz, you know, there's going to be a lot of quick dump offs. This seems way too low. So like, yeah, you can go to 60 plus yards and then make 2.15 times your money instead of the 1.37 it's at for the 50. So I think I would go up to 60 receiving yards.
I'm stunned that it's this low. This is not week 2 or week 3 where you could be like, it was a couple of fluke things. Like, this is week 6. And he's not just going over the number. He's like doubling it's insane how much he's producing right now as a wide receiver. I put that down. That was like that's the first one I check every week now, because it's like, that is the one. I don't think we've ever missed on it, to be honest, so far this year. No. I want to sign my name. I want to co-sign on that one, because to me it was incredibly obvious. So I will take that one. I will give you a Buccaneers one that I think is pretty likely to hit, because you got to do picks from multiple teams. Baker Mayfield, more than 1.5 touchdown passes.
Okay.
The Bucs have a really good offense. Bucky Irving is out. I think it's way more likely that they get into the end zone through the air than on the ground at least twice a game. Like, to me, that number is pretty low. So 2 touchdown passes for Baker. I feel very comfortable about that. And Robert Saleh could still have a great day, and the Niners could win, and Baker could hit this. So I'll take Baker more than 1.5 touchdown passes.
So I have a different Baker one. I have Baker. I thought you were about to take it, so that's why I gave that face. More than 261.5 pass plus rushing yards, right? So he can definitely get yards on the ground too in this game. And passing, there's really no pass rush whatsoever, right? To make Baker Mayfield uncomfortable. Again, no Bucky Irving. So, they're going to lean on the pass a little bit more, but easily has had more than this in each of the last 3 games. 277, 302, 394. So he's been destroying this number, and he needs just more than 261.5. I love that it's both passing and rushing, because he can easily get you 30 rushing yards on the ground if Baker has a lower passing day for whatever reason.
And that'll be the thing too, is because they don't get a ton of pressure, if he does want to take off and run, he'll have opportunities. I could easily see a situation where the Niners do blitz, so, a nickel off the edge or a Siegel or something like that, and Baker just runs away from him and picks up, some free yardage on the ground. What was it, 261.5 you said?
Yep.
Okay. I would be hesitant to sign off on that just because that's a bigger number. The touchdown number, you need less to happen. But I I see where you're going on that one. How about another Bucks one? Rashad White, more than 51.5 rush yards. Who else are they going to hand the ball to?
How much was it?
51.5.
I don't know. He had a lot of carries last week, and his efficiency, I think he averaged like 2.5 yards per carry. That's kind of his go-to. I mean, he's never been efficient, and that's the one thing the 49ers are pretty good at on defense is stopping the run. I don't like that bet.
What if this game is just Christian McCaffrey and Rashad White running for 3 yards every down?
Last week against the Seahawks, Rashad White, I mean, he got pretty much all of the running back carries. He got 14 carries. Sean Tucker got 3 behind him. He only had 41 rushing yards.
Yeah, but I think the Seahawks has a better run defense than the 49ers.
Okay. But he needs 51?
Yeah, 52 would put him
I'd rather go with a Rashad White touchdown than his yards, or do total yards, right? Because he can get receiving work. What's it? His total, like he got 30 receiving yards last week. So if his total yards was around 70, I'd much rather go that route than the rushing.
All right, you're not co-signing with me on that one. Fine. All right, what else you got for us?
I'm gonna go to a 49er, and I'm gonna go with. I get it. He's banged up. I'm gonna go with Mac Jones. More than 1.5 passing touchdowns. I think he gets the 2.
He's better. He's going to have to.
Yeah, he's going to have to. But in 2 of his 3 starts, he's had at least 2 passing touchdowns. In week 2, he had 3. In week 5, he had 2. And then against the Buccaneers, the last 3 weeks, Tyrod Taylor put up 2 passing touchdowns against them. Jalen Hurts, 2 passing touchdowns against the Buccaneers. Sam Darnold last week, 4 passing touchdowns against the Buccaneers. I get it. Mac Jones is banged up. He doesn't have a ton of weapons, but I do think I mean, the rushing, like we said, the Bucks run defense is really good. So when they get around the goal line, it's not going to be easy for Christian McCaffrey to get into the end zone. So I think Mac Jones gets the 2 passing touchdowns. That's exactly where I have him too. But I think he hits this.
This is why I was scared with Mac, because if he has to leave the game, then you're cooked with that one. And I don't think he's going to finish the game. So that's why I avoided it. But you're right. It's a very good number. So I understand why you chose that number. I just want to see really quick. Egbuka's number for receiving yards is 78.5. I think I would go over, to be honest with you. I mean,
probably.
Yeah, he's really good. I don't want to put that one down as an official one.
The last 3 weeks, 85 yards, 101, 163. The receiving, I mean, anytime touchdown for Egbuka too, because he's just been balling out. He's had a touchdown in all but 1 game in his career so far. So.
You know what? I will sign for that. I'll take over on the receiving yards, 78.5 for Egbuka. I'm all Bucks picks this week. I don't like it.
Yeah, I guess so. I'll take Egbuka touchdown.
All right, fine.
One thing that's missing here. I love the longest receptions. I don't see it yet for the game, but Egbuka's, averaging the most yards per reception in the league this year, and he has 4 touchdowns of over 20 receiving yards, also most in the NFL. So like big play threat, he's going to come down with at least, like, even if he doesn't hit the 70 yards or whatever, he's going to have a really big catch at this game.
I just realized there's no Brock Purdy fathead behind you this week. Bummer.
Yeah. Well, we're not in my office.
I know. I'm sad about that.
Yeah.
Even though you did put the hex on Brock Purdy because your fathead got ripped on the shoulder, and that's the shoulder that Brock Purdy injured. But we're not going to.
That was a wild coincidence. But luckily, it's a toe that's keeping him out. It's not the shoulder, because that would be crazy.
Yeah. How about this one? Eddie Pinheiro, more than 1.5 field goals.
Dude's not betting on him.
Yeah, he keeps coming through, man. He did it last week. Took one of them was a 59-yarder, but they all count, baby. And he doinked the other one off the goalpost, but whatever. We have seen the Niners be able to move the ball up and down the field. Where they have struggled is in the red zone. Well, guess what? That's great for kicker bets. So I'll take Eddie Pinheiro more than 1.5 field goals.
I think I'm out. I don't have any more.
Okay. Last one I'm considering, and I hit on this last week because the number was incredible. Jake Tonjes anytime touchdown. The Niners have been targeting their tight ends in the red zone. Like whether it's Kittle, Tonjes, Luke Farrell has a touchdown reception. Like whoever it is in that spot, They have been targeting him. That touchdown that Ton just had last week was beautiful. They motion Christian McCaffrey to the left. The linebackers all go to the left, and he is wide ass open. They have been doing it this year, and with the receivers as banged up as they are, I completely get it. So I think I'm going to go Tonjes anytime touchdown.
Do it up. I like it.
Yeah. All right. We got a lot of picks this week.
That was a lot. I mean, I think we're kind of pushing it here. I mean, we're definitely going to get some of those wrong for sure.
We are getting cocky.
Yeah, we are. But I mean, I feel good about all those ones.
We're high on our own supply. We got a fantasy football question from somebody that I can't find. Oh, no, wait. Sorry, it's not a fantasy football question. Wedge Antilles says, hey, Michelle, I'm taking the family to the Houston game.
Houston.
Is there any open common area to meet up?
I mean, I'm sure the parking lot somewhere.
Many people were upset that when they found out you weren't going to the Rams game. I had people message me and said, where's Michelle sitting? I want to buy her a beer.
Well, that sucks. I didn't get to go to that, but I do plan to go to the Houston 49ers game. So if anyone's going to be there, I'm happy to meet up. DM me on Twitter and we can figure out a place to meet up. Michelle is
at BallBlastem on Twitter.
Yes.
Try buying her a mimosa maybe instead of a beer.
I like beer too. You know, I don't discriminate.
I don't even think you can get a mimosa at a sporting event.
Yes, you can. Don't worry. I've done it. You can do it.
Really?
You can get espresso martinis at sporting events. I go to the Astros game and have a frozen espresso martini.
Ain't gonna be in an Astros game for quite a while. That's true. Let's just
listen. I was gonna congratulate you for your Mariners. Did they win?
The game 5 tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern time. Freaking out. Like I always say this, postseason baseball is like watching a family member defuse a bomb. It is so like nerve-wracking, and the tension just builds because you have to wait between every pitch, and like, okay, then somebody will walk and the next guy will single. It's like it's so slow developing. Baseball stresses you out in a totally different way from football, and I'm trying to prepare myself because I think they're going to lose tonight, and it's all going to come crashing down.
Well, I'll root for them for you, but it does hurt that the Astros are not in the playoffs. I miss them.
Yeah, well, you've had quite the run there in Houston.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, we didn't really talk about this, but you love Jalen Hurts. You've always been a Jalen Hurts fan. How bad did the Eagles look last night against the Giants?
They're a mess right now, but I feel like they go through this every year where we're like, oh no, the Eagles are falling apart, and then they're fine.
Why do they all seem to hate each other? They all seem miserable all the time. Like Nick Sirianni, you don't call the defense. You don't call the offense. You want to be like the CEO coach, the culture guy. Okay, that's totally fine, but your culture sucks.
Yeah. I mean, after winning the Super Bowl and then going 4-0, it's like you would have thought they're 0-4 with the way that they've been behaving. But yeah, I mean, I thought that the Eagles would look much better last night after they had their whole talk together, Jalen Hurts, AJ Brown, and Saquon Barkley, but they didn't.
Eagles in the second half this year, they're dead last in points per drive, dead last in scores per drive, dead last in drives to reach the red zone. They're 31st in punt rate. They're 31st in yards per drive. They're 29th in 3-and-out rate. They have gone 3-and-out on 47% of their second half possessions this year. Not scored points, gone 3-and-out almost half the time in the second half. They're last in EPA per play and 31st in yards per play. I mean, I don't know how that offense could have that many good players on it and just be non-functional at times.
It is a head scratcher for sure, but I like to see it. I mean, I do like Jalen Hurts, but I want the Eagles to lose, right? Like down for that. So I like to see it.
And I'm a little more nervous about the Giants game on the Niners schedule later this year. Like
Jackson Dart I actually think he's legit. But at the same time, they don't really have weapons for him. So it's insane. It was actually in New York, right? But they won that game last night. I'm pretty shocked overall. But Jackson Dart's a fun guy to watch.
He looks good.
Russell Wilson comes in for one play, the worst throw, and everyone's like, "Oh my god!" I do feel bad for Russell Wilson a little bit. You just saw him walk off the field like, and the crowd is so mad. Yeah.
Like at this point, put Jameis in if if Dart is hurt or whatever. Like, what are we doing with another thing with Russ? But yeah, that's going to be interesting. That's week 9 in New York. So on that same field, Dart runs too. He can move, man. So that's the thing the Niners are going to have to worry about. But yeah, I was watching that game. By the way, hearing Al Michaels have to say the name Lil Jordan Humphrey multiple times last night, that is an experience. Let me tell you.
I get like that's literally the Giants' top receiver right now with Wanda Robinson and Theo Johnson. Like the Jackson Dart's going to be a legit quarterback in the NFL.
And they beat Vic Fangio's defense, a defense that was really good last year. Like, I don't know what's going on with the Eagles. It is wild, but
Yeah.
we will see the Giants later this year. We will see the Buccaneers on Sunday. After the game on Sunday, join me and Levin Black for the Instant Reaction podcast. The second the game is over, we go live. It is the best show that we do, and nobody else does it better than we do. I promise you. 46% of the people watching this right now are new. If that's the only show you want to consume, I'm telling, like, if you only consume one, pick that one.
If you only consume one, pick this one. But then that one's good too.
You're already consuming this one. So I'm saying if you're only going to consume one other one, that is the one for you.
So mean to me.
Listen, when we get going, when I get going.
So you're just saying you like Levin more than me. It's fine. It's fine.
Okay, I have to deal with the two most fragile people between you and Levin on back-to-back days. If I say I like one person better than the other, I hear from the other person. Even if I say conflicting things, I'm going to hear from both of you. But regardless, check out the Instant Reaction show. I promise you, you will enjoy it. Even if the Niners lose, we can commiserate together, and that may very well happen this week. Michelle, what do you have going on this weekend?
You know, I'm just chilling out. My dog just got the staples out of her leg for surgery. She's thriving. So going to keep doing rehab with her. It's going to be a pretty chill weekend overall.
So nothing? You're not doing anything?
I have no plans.
That never happens. Michelle is a social butterfly.
I mean, I'm sure I'll go out and do something, but I have no plans at this moment.
That is shocking to me. All right, that's going to do it for this edition of the show. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, check us out, give us a chance. I promise we won't let you down. Enjoy the game, join us afterwards, and we'll talk next week.
Bye, y'all.